So this session is really going to touch upon the STEM careers in the field of design. And we've got as a speaker, Khushnam Mirza. So she's the Assistant Director of Admissions at SCAD, and she's an experienced designer and illustrator. Now, if you look at her skill sets, well, actually, it goes across a fairly wide spectrum from photography, motion graphics, product design, model making, the Adobe Creative Cloud, graphics, and even AutoCAD. She completed her bachelor's in design from Symbiosis, that's the Symbiosis Institute of Design in Pune, and then went on to complete her master in fine arts in illustration and graphic design at SCAD. She has worked in Mumbai, Pune, and Atlanta with advertising agencies, creative shops, and also educational institutes. Currently, she's based in the US. So, thank you, Krishna, for taking this session. I know it's really late back where you are. So, she's based in the US, and what Krishna really likes is to help students find their creative niche. So, let me not take any more time. Over to you, Krishna, and all the best for this session.
Thank you. Thank you all so much once again for being super patient and so kind with your responses. We're going to talk about creative careers. We're going to talk about STEM careers at SCAD. For people who have no idea what SCAD stands for, I'd be very happy to introduce you to our university. We are Savannah College of Art and Design. And so popular around the world is because of our locations, because of our STEM careers that we offer for international students. But before we do that, I have a wonderful video presentation put together by our students for all of you future SCAD Bs.
I'm driven to create,
to be expressive,
to collaborate with only the best and across disciplines.
The most exciting field to be in is design, because a designer has to think about people, about technology, about the activities that are taking place. It gives you the license to explore and investigate and to try to create a system that enhances life.
all you have to do is create. SCAD's really great at giving all the students the ability to build things, make things.
We have immersive reality, the latest AR/VR equipment, and we're super proud to say that we're the first creative university to have an XR stage. This is a whole new paradigm for shooting, film, and visual effects.
SCAD's teaching philosophy is built on design thinking. With programs like the Business of Beauty and Fragrance, SCAD students go on to become entrepreneurs and pursue creative careers with top companies around the world.
SCAD does an amazing job at making industry connections and making things available to students that might not be otherwise possible.
Hey, Bees.
Hey, SCAD.
Hello, SCAD.
I absolutely love SCAD.
It's been amazing to have SCAD as a touchpad for resources, for inspiration, for people that just really believe in you and will do whatever they can to help you succeed.
I am a designer.
I'm an entrepreneur.
storyteller. Thanks to SCAD, my future as a creative professional is real. It's happening.
You are the next incarnation of this beautiful planet that needs design, that needs beauty, that needs your mind and your spirit and your energy, your power, your unique voice.
This is SCAD.
To graduate as salutatorian here, as the first member of my family to attend a college in the U.S., it's just an incredible honor.
Because of SCAD, I am doing what I really truly love to do. It's been a blessing.
So we're here to talk about how we're going to mix and create something unique with technology and design. But before that, we want to talk about why SCAD is popular around the world, and that's because we have 15,000 students that come to our campuses from all 50 states of the US and over 115 countries. And because of this vast, incredible international population, we actually are ranked #1 for the highest international collaboration and community of international students. Now, again, I keep saying this, we're so global because we have 4 campuses around the world. The two of them are Savannah and Atlanta, which are based in the United States. We are in the state of Georgia in the US. Our third campus location is in Europe, which is in a beautiful scenic location in France called SCAD Lacoste. If you guys need to expand your network and career opportunities beyond the US, European campus location SCAD Lacoste helps you build those networking career options. And our fourth campus location has been there for the past 22 years, but it got recognized only during the pandemic, which was SCAD e-learning platform called SCAD Now, which is now online worldwide. So with these four campus locations, our students get to network, they get to expand their opportunities, not just in the US, but also Europe and throughout the world through SCAD Now. We have, like we said, over 100 different degree programs when it comes to creative fields. And sometimes I know it can get overwhelming to figure out what field suits you best. You may hear or know of fields with the names of animation, interior design, graphic design, performing arts, and photography, and so many more. But I do want to bring the attention to new and upcoming majors, especially STEM majors, such as advertising. We have motion media design. We have luxury and brand management. We have entertainment design, film and TV. We have interactive design and game development. And there are so many options for you to choose from. The line between design, technology, and business management is now, it's a very fine line. So we are collaborating in every and any aspect of design, technology, and art. What is STEM? I'm sure this entire session, this fair, has been focused on STEM, so I'm just going to quickly help you understand. Science, technology, engineering, and math is what we call STEM. And why is this important? Because when students come to study in the United States to be the next software engineer, mathematician, chemist, scientist, or even a surgeon, these extended years to apply for internships and jobs help them with their careers. And why do we restrict that only to medicine or engineering programs? Why not bring that with creative careers? And that is exactly why we have STEM at SCAD. We actually have collaborated and cumulated science, technology, and art together to build the next best solutions for our future world. So if you intend to be the director, or if you want to be a gaming artist, a product manager, or even a luxury brand manager, there is no reason why you should be restricted to only 1 year of internship and job opportunities. SCAD has been working relentlessly to get programs recognized for these STEM extensions. And we are very proud of this number. We have 17 programs, award-winning programs nevertheless, that have been defined as STEM by USCIS. So these combine science, design, art to prepare you for a dynamic, futuristic field. And these will help you build unique careers in the future. As the leading art and design university as well, it is important for us to keep building and keep progressing with our STEM programs, because you're going to step into a very competitive, innovative, and creative world, and we need to be ready for that. Now, amongst all of those 100 different degree programs, I want you all to have a little bit more focus towards these 17 programs. And we're going to talk about them briefly through this presentation. I'm going to try my best to make it fun and interactive and not, monotonous, because trust me when I say this, design is a beautiful career option because it is embedded in every aspect of our life, from the toothbrush that we hold in the morning to taking cars from point A to point B, to even getting your cup of coffee. Everything we touch and use involves design. Every product we use, every application that is consumed by us, every meal that is dropped to our doorstep, every service has design embedded in it. So we're going to talk about advertising, we'll talk about animation, architecture, creative business leadership, design for sustainability, design management, furniture design, graphic design, immersive reality. Now, again, I know I'm throwing words at you guys, but this is your moment introduced to new terminologies and futuristic fields that will have more demand for jobs in the next 5 to 10 years. We will also talk about industrial design, interactive design and game development, luxury and brand management. Every parent comes to me and asks me, how is it that fashion got recognized for STEM extension? Well, there's a lot of business, professional practices and management that goes into fashion as well. So why not is my question. We will talk about motion media design. We'll talk about service design, social strategy and management. I'm sure most of you are here for user experience design as well as visual effects. So we'll go into a gist for all of these programs, and we'll have a very good, healthy Q&A session to discuss more about any field that you find interesting. We'll start with user experience design because this is the career that puts the user first. Okay. Now, user experience design is an ever-evolving field, and it has been the highest demanding career of the 21st century. And I'm not sugarcoating this. In fact, to give you more realistic numbers, our graduating batch of 2016, 2017, 2018, up until 2021, user experience designers from our school have received 5 job offers each, with a starting salary of $6-figure salary, which is huge in this market. This is your field where we combine science and art to be the next UX designer. And this particular program was approached by Google to SCAD because 7 years ago, Google figured that in the future, we will need user experience designers, but we do not have a program that guides them or provides them with the right resources. Well, SCAD took that opportunity and developed a curriculum in collaboration with Google to come up with our Bachelor's of User Experience Design. Now, when you're talking about user experience design, you're talking about cell phones, intelligent clothing, you're talking about automobile interiors, to even healthcare, financial districts, and fields, because UX designers are trying to create experiences that are very meaningful and customer friendly. And especially at SCAD, our students get to have premium access to resources like think tank labs. We have our robotic lab. We have our AR, VR tech labs for students to utilize this and come up with great solutions for the future of flying cars or the future of cell phones or whatever it is. With this kind of a field, you get to launch your careers with one of the most top brands when it comes to user experience, which is HP, 3M, Lenovo, Uber, Google, and Capital One. People don't realize this, but even financial districts are utilizing user experience designers because they're trying to improve their services for all their customers. So there is need for this market in every industry. Talk about immersive reality. Now, this is augmented reality. I'm sure a lot of you, or maybe some of you, have played Pokemon Go, where you're creating a world within your two-dimensional, three-dimensional, tangible environment. And this is going beyond that. So when you talk about creating applications or softwares like Siri to Alexa, students from immersive reality are creating technology that we can approach in a more meaningful manner. When we talk about immersive reality, our professors always have this terminology of saying, think outside the box. And this is literally a career that is thinking outside your dimensional box and going into augmented virtual world. So when you get to come for immersive reality, you're working with the best tech, the best science, and the best design services at SCAD. And you'll be working with companies like Adobe, Blizzard Entertainment, Epic Games, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, ZeniMax, and so many more companies. These are just a few on the top of my head, but trust me when I say this, every industry is now going to be immersed in immersive reality because that's the future. Now we'll talk about a field that is recognized and known to a lot of the students and parents, which is advertising. Now, advertising at SCAD helps students gather experiences in the realm of copywriting, digital production, brand marketing, and so many more avenues. But this is your collaborative, multi-platform to create new content with illustrators, with marketers, and art directors. Advertising as a program actually has been ranked #1 by Red Dot Design Awards because our students have been receiving the best projects with companies. And these, again, I'm talking about practical approach to your industries. We focus a lot on the word career. So we're talking about not just doing hypothetical projects, but we're working with Uber, we're working with Microsoft, we're working with Lenovo on real world problems. So let's check out a few of the student works that have been going on within advertising. With advertising, you will do a lot of research. You have a lot of compilation of ideas and execution of your brand management to be the next copywriter, advertising director, marketing director, or director of brand strategy with companies like Apple, Hulu, Target, Google, New York Times, Blizzard Entertainment, and so many more. Talking about a field that I personally love to watch on the weekends, animation. Let's take a look at what animation has to offer because it is a very popular program and an industry that has been there for years together with its roots in film, motion media, advertising, healthcare, service industries, and so many more. With a degree in animation, our students get to develop their own signature styles of 2D and 3D, stop motion animation, digital animation, rigging, lighting, look and environment development. So there's a lot that happens when it comes to animation because our students get to work with Disney, they get to work with Pixar, and that's exactly what we're talking about. If you have your dream job listed on your wish list, this is where you get the opportunity to connect with them, network with them, and work on movies like Moana, Zootopia, Wreck-It Ralph 3, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Incredibles, and we've actually had 200 Pixar movies where SCAD students have worked on. So that's a lot of names that would be listed. Now, let's jump into visual effects because this is yet another creative industry that is gaining a lot of popularity, especially among the new generation of students, because this is where you're bringing visuals to life. You're manipulating, graphics into live action content. For example, you will see a lot of visual effect works in movies such as The Avengers Endgame. We have Star Wars, where students have worked throughout for the entire visual effects. We've got students working on X-Men First Class, Spider-Man 3, and so many more. But that's exactly a glimpse of where our students are in the industry as of today. And we actually focus so much on creative fields. So visual effects goes hand in hand with motion media design. This is, again, a field of bringing motion to every graphic. And this is moving graphics. And for for SCAD, motion media design, it has been one of our most popular programs because it's recognized by the Rookies magazine to be #1 in the entire United States. And for people who don't know what the Rookies are, they are basically the Oscars for creative minds. We've had a lot of interest for students from Asia, especially from Singapore, Thailand, Philippines, China, India, for students coming to study motion media design at SCAD. And this is also an opportunity for students to collaborate and work on filmmaking techniques. So you get to work with top names of the industry as well here, because Netflix is a buddy to SCAD, and so is Sony Pictures. So if you find any of these names interesting, or you find people from these industries very interesting, you will definitely get to meet them through SCAD. Another very popular and very unique field that is interactive design and game development. Now, this field, the name says it all. I don't really have to describe it too much because it is all about application design and gaming. This is where, with interaction design, a designer uses data, research, and the entire team and designers, they put together concepts that will help create more relevant experiences for our customers. Interactive designers get to develop applications or even launch games for companies like EA Sports, Microsoft, Epic Games, Frog Design. We have Google recruiting students for interactive design and game development, as well as Blizzard Entertainment. Social strategy and management. Now, with this new upcoming, very fast-paced, changing generation, we have ideas that pop up at the speed of light. And this is particularly amazing for a field of social strategy and management, because this is where the field combines business and branding to equip our students with skills for social strategy professionals. Students in this program get to become masters of all aspects of creating campaigns for top brands. And I'm not talking about just fashion, I'm talking about every brand, every company that exists on this planet. No brand gets to succeed without a good social strategist. And this is by experience that we're talking about. We train our students to drive campaigns the way we would measure success company. As a student from social strategy and management, we've had students working with Facebook, with Cartoon Network, with Disney, Delta, one of the largest hub of airlines, as well as Volvo. So we've got students who work in these industries as social content creators, directors, social media managers, and even product managers. And why wouldn't you want to work with Fortune 500 companies of the industry? Now, design for sustainability is yet another field recognized for STEM extension at SCAD, and it is one of the calling needs of today's world. We have learned that after the pandemic, everything can change in a blip. And so we've got to take care of our environment. We've got to be more careful about the world we live in. So sustainable design is where students will be learning about energy solutions and sustainable living. And particularly with this field, which is a master degree program, our students get to work at director level positions for companies like Starbucks, Coffee Company, Intel, American Institute of Architecture, and even so many more to create better sustainable environments. So whether you have a product in mind or whether you have an entire architectural plan, anything can be sustainable, and we encourage that program here at SCAD. And you get to work with NASA as well, because a lot of our students have been working on sustainable tech for NASA. Next, we'll move to industrial design, which again in India is popularly known as product design, but here on a global level, the terminology goes as industrial design, where all of our students get to design products, devices, objects, services that are used by millions of people around the world on a very day-to-day basis. So we focus on form and functionality of every product in terms of their, concept, idealization, execution of these products from the very beginning to the very end for all gadgets, all games, all bicycles, helmets, helicopters, whatever it is. This is yet another field recognized for STEM because it has a lot of technical research that goes into planning of a product. It combines business as well, and it combines a lot of science. So if you have inclinations towards tech or science or design, I think industrial design is the perfect fit for you. Coming to a very popular program for Indian students, which is architecture. Now, the reason I put architecture here is not because I want to educate you of what architecture is, but I want to share that SCAD offers architecture for STEM, but also has one of the best groundbreaking feature for architecture students, which is that they get to procure their license for architecture in as less as 5 to 7 years at SCAD. Typically, if I have to show comparison, a student without SCAD education from architecture will need to work in the industry for 11 to 15 years to get that license to practice architecture. But because we have this amazing feature for bachelor's and master's students architecture license, you get to do that in half the amount of time through SCAD. Talking about fashion industry, fashion as a world and universe has grown into a multi-million-dollar industry with so many departments that come under it. There's fashion design, there's fashion marketing and management, fashion communication, fiber study, jewelry, accessory design, footwear design, and the one program that we're focusing on is luxury and brand management. And this is exactly why we want to talk about STEM careers, because people don't realize that even luxury and brand management would be involved for STEM extension. And this is why we're trying to always push and go beyond the expectations and just build better opportunities for our incoming students. With that, I do want to talk about what these creative careers help with, or where do our students are placed after pursuing these creative careers. And we'll take a quick look at the next video.
My two greatest lessons that I learned from SCAD were learning the structure of the industry and the strong work ethic, but I think you really hone those skills at SCAD.
The idea of collaboration with all majors happens so naturally at SCAD that it really is an outlet of incredible bursts of energy.
SCAD is constantly staying very aware of industry trends and therefore kind of adapting curriculum to play into that and be able to have students be very prepared for real life after graduation.
Just seeing the depth and the amount of detail the students put in, and when you bring in people from all of those different disciplines together, it's truly amazing what they can create.
It really opens a lot of doors and a lot of opportunities become real possibilities here.
SCAD offers lifelong support to alumni, whether you're seeking to advance in your creative career, launch your own venture, reconnect with your alumni network, or collaborate with SCAD.
That network of support and encouragement is just so critical to the success of myself and other people who are coming to SCAD.
we are always top of mind with industry partners. So we connect with productions from Amazon, from Hulu, from NBC, CBS, you name it. These are lifelong relationships that you build here. We will always have your back, and we will always look for ways to continue your success.
Because of SCAD, I got my dream job at Disney, HBO and Netflix, IBM,
Pixar Animation Studio.
I got my dream job at Epic Games.
That 99% success rate for student employment is something we're very, very proud of. And I give it all credits to our students to work hard and build successful careers through creative industries. Now, the best question to ask, or rather the most question that I get in emails is, why should I take STEM at SCAD? Is because STEM offers the opportunity, extended period of time for F1 students, that's the international students coming to the US, to work beyond 1 year of OPT time. With a STEM recognized program, along with that 1 year, you get additional 2 years, which makes it 3 years of your opportunities to apply for jobs, to apply for internships, and to gather that experience from this continent. So it is very important for students to understand the reason and the emphasis we put on STEM careers. And like I said, we're constantly pushing our limits of expectations. Today it's 17 programs, tomorrow it may increase, and we're always working on building newer avenues to combine business, technology, science, and design. So if you are interested for SCAD, I would recommend for all of you to begin your application process. And this is not where you're submitting documents. This is purely your contact information that you're putting on our website, which is scad.edu/apply. And you will be assigned an admission advisor. Now, it could be me or it could be somebody from my team that will reach out to you and help answer all your queries one-on-one. If that doesn't work, then I would say just send me an email on kmirza@scad.edu. That's my email address. Please do not flood my inbox over the weekend, but I would truly love to hear from everybody about their dream jobs, about their interests for creative fields. Because my team and I, we're here to help you build a successful career with design and tech. So with that, I do want to open the platform for Q&A if we have time. Once again, thank you so much for taking your time on a weekend to connect with us and attend this fair. It means a lot to our Zista family as well as SCAD family. And I truly appreciate all of your attention here. It was a very long presentation, but I hope it was worth it. All right, with that, I'll head back to the booth and stop sharing. Okay. So let's see if we have questions. Yes, entrepreneurship is, I mean, it's not a creative field, but it is taught and embedded in every curriculum because every designer needs to know how to price or market themselves in the industry. And especially when you come with creative ideas, it's important for you to have those entrepreneurship skills. So it is a part of every program that we teach here at SCAD. Labdi, we do have scientific illustration, and that does come under our illustration program, but the projects will be chosen by you. Like in case you're specifically looking for scientific illustration, we will connect you with industries that will particularly work for that streamline. All right, we have some more questions. Ishita, I'm not too sure if I get your question about books to straighten the path, but if you could email me and we could connect one-on-one on Zoom, I can help you, understand these creative careers better. Is there a program we can learn game development and animation? I hope, Ansh, that you were there with us through the presentation. If not, then I'd just like to highlight that, yes, we do have game interactive design and game development as one option. And we also do have animation, which comes as another degree program for STEM extension. So great question, Ansh, and I truly hope you were there with us through the session. So, but if you were not, no problem. We'll connect again one-on-one if you have questions. Is MA in service design and industrial design STEM recognized? Absolutely, yes. So the degree doesn't matter. Whether you're coming for bachelor's or master's level, it's not that the level of graduation is what STEM is. It's actually the program that is recognized for STEM. So if we say that service design and industrial design are STEM recognized, it will be recognized for both bachelor's and master degree programs. So yes to both for RIA. And I hope that answers your question. Oh, okay. So we close the session soon. But in case you have doubts and queries, please feel free to post them here. Again, if you do have a creative bone in your body, I urge you to explore these fields. I would truly love for you to come to SCAD, but if not, then I understand, and I will still help you figure out your perfect choice of university or your perfect choice of field. But to be very honest, with 100 different degree programs and so many campus locations, I feel there's no better place than SCAD to offer you those networking opportunities. And I do have SCAD running through my veins and blood because I am a SCAD alum student. And I've been working with them for a very long time. I even got my own break to work with Marvel Industries through SCAD. So if you do have questions about career opportunities or guidance with applications or admission processes, please feel free to reach out to me. I have a very interesting question on a personal chat, and if I may take that on this call, which is, how is design useful in space technology? Well, design is used in everything we do, and especially with new upcoming tech for designing the next flying future cars. We're actually working with Uber on that project. So if you have time and check out YouTube, which says SCAD Uber Elevate, you'll find out that we're working on the next future of flying cars. But with space technology, NASA has been very consistent with recruiting students from industrial design because they come up with better ideas for technology and scientific explorations. Like I said, engineering, technology, everything requires creativity. You need creative skills, you need creative ideas to provide solutions for real world problems. And I might sound like a broken record, but everything has design embedded in it. So whether it's finance, you need a better structure for your finances, you need better customer service, you need better products to use, or if you have to fly to the next universe or the next planet, you need creative ideas for that. So tech, science, design go hand in hand. And that's what we're here for. We're trying to promote that design is not just painting, it's not just sculpture, it's beyond that. Sure, Ishita, I'll put my email address in the chat box here for everyone to copy. And I will also put my colleague Dilip Adat's email address. Please feel free to reach out to us anytime. There you go. So we have another question by Sai. Can one pursue a postgrad in design, UX design after a grad course, BSc in life science? Absolutely. For us, it doesn't matter what background of education you come from, as long as you can provide enough samples or recognition for softwares and basic skills that are required for the degree program you choose to apply at SCAD. I hope I made that, super simple. If not, I'm going to repeat myself. We accept students from all backgrounds of education, whether it's science, it's technology, it is design or not. We encourage you to apply, and we encourage you to work on your portfolio so that you can show your skills for that particular program you wish to apply at SCAD. All right. Is there any course for prosthetic design? That's a great question, Shreya, but prosthetic design is not a degree program. Prosthetic design would be projects that we pursue at SCAD within industrial design or within different programs. But if you are looking to specifically work for that, Shreya, what I would do is I can definitely help get you in touch with our industrial design professors who have experiences with prosthetic design. We actually have a professor, Jacob Evans at SCAD, who works specifically on this, and he works for the healthcare industry. So, again, if you need contact information, if you need networking opportunities, SCAD is the best place to start your career with. Thank you so much for asking these wonderful questions. I truly appreciate everyone being so vocal and proactive. And I hope you got to learn something new today, because that was my goal and my aim. Once again, thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. This booth is still open in case you have doubts or any questions. I'll be here for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, thank you all so much. You're very kind. I'm sure it's not easy to take time out on Saturdays, so really appreciate you all being here. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Shreya. Oh, thank you, Russell. Thank you, Amit. Before students leave, I do encourage all of you to download brochures from the file tab, because, digital versions of STEM programs, admission processes, summer programs, even campus locations and scholarships will be mentioned there. So feel free to download them and go through those over the weekend or next week, whenever you have time. Can health science and creativity come hand in hand? That's a great avenue, Nagashri. And I mean, the answer is yes, but I haven't explored a career or a field or a project actually that I know of. But I'm sure that there are students or even faculty who are working on that. But I would be happy to, figure this out and find out who works for, healthcare, health science streams or careers at SCAD, and we can connect you with them. All right, I think please feel free to keep posting your questions, I'm right here. Please don't worry. I will be paying attention to the chat box. I don't want you all to just sit and stare at my face, so I'll try to play some SCAD student works in the background and continue to post your comments here. Video. Hi, Swati. Thank you so much for joining us. Even though it's late, doesn't matter. Definitely go through our website. I can assure you that the website does a better job of explaining through videos and through wonderful content. But in case you have any specific questions regarding portfolio and application requirements, I can help address them. In fact, let's do this. Let me talk about the application processes so that everyone's aware of it. So at SCAD, we have two levels of degrees, which one is bachelor's, the other is master's. As you all know, that bachelor's would be your undergraduate program, your master's would be your graduate programs. Now, the application approach to both of these degree programs may be different because you're coming at different levels with different experiences. So I'll try my best to help explain the application requirements for both. We'll start with bachelor's degree program students. So all you need to first do is put in your application at scad.edu/apply, and you will be in touch with one of our admission team advisors. With this advisor being in touch with you, we will work on your documentation process, which will be your grades from 9th, 10th, and 11th. And we will also require one proof of English proficiency, which typically most Indian students provide through a letter from their school because your medium of instruction in most schools and colleges is English. So if you do provide that letter, your English proficiency will be waived off. If not, then you can choose to submit your TOEFL or IELTS scores as well. The next documents that we but they're optional for bachelor's degree programs will be your portfolio, your resume, your statement of purpose, and 2 letters of recommendation. The letters of recommendations can come from school teachers, counselors, principals, and even professionals that you've worked with in the industry. These are optional documents for bachelor's students because we're not restricting you on, or rather forcing you to apply with a portfolio. But if you do have any creative skills that you can compile and show for SCAD applications, they truly help with scholarships for bachelor's students. So even though it's not mandatory, I do recommend for all students to submit their portfolio and resume with their bachelor's application. Now we'll talk about master's degree programs, which are graduate students applying for master degree, which is MA or MFA. It's a little different compared to the bachelor's because at a master's level, we need all of the following documents. We need college transcripts. We need your proof of English proficiency. Again, this can be a letter from your college stating that you have completed your education in English, so we can help waive the English proficiency. Or if you can't get the letter, you can definitely submit TOEFL or IELTS scores. The most important document for master's application would be your portfolio, which is got to be specific to the program that you're applying at SCAD. I'm going to try and help explain this. You can choose to come from any background of education, but when you're applying for a master's degree program at SCAD for a particular degree, we expect you to show your portfolio works catered towards the degree. Okay, so if you come from a background of health sciences or medicine and you're coming to study animation at SCAD, we request you to submit a portfolio that can showcase work for animation specifically. And we do have portfolio guidelines mentioned on the website under the admission tab, so please go through that whenever you have time. The next document that is important for graduate students would be your resume, and this has to be all of the experiences that you've had so far in your life. Whether it be design or beyond design, we truly appreciate if every student can talk about all of their achievements, all of the experiences through their resume. The next important document for master students, along with portfolio and resume, would be your statement of purpose, to talk about why are you choosing this particular degree program for your master's application, as well as what it is that you want to pursue or what kind of dream job do you envision yourself within that degree program. And last but not the least, we do need 2 to 3 letters of recommendation from your educators or from professionals that you've worked with in the industry. I will highlight this because some students, they tend to ask this question. Your letters of recommendation cannot come from family members. If we find out that you know this person is related to you, then it will be denied for a letter of recommendation. So we do encourage you to submit letters either from your school, college, or from the industry that you've worked with. So these are the documents that are needed for your application. And once we have them, we will review them for admission and scholarship decisions. Ishita, it is not necessary to have work experience. To be very honest, we are just looking for experiences in general. If you have work experience, that's completely, that's good. That's an added thing you've done. But if you don't have work experience and you're coming fresh out of school or fresh out of college, that is okay as well, because we're trying to look for your skill sets. We're trying to look for creativity. And that does not only come from work experience, that can come through any personal project as well. So whether you have or you do not have experiences in the industry, that's perfectly fine. I hope that was helpful. That was a lot of information, but what I can do is I will copy paste the list of documents that we had posted earlier on this chat in our booth. So give me 1 second and I will help with that. Okay, there we go. So you start with your application on www.scad.edu/apply, and we will talk about the documents as and when you get connected with your SCAD admission advisor. Thank you so much, Swati. All of you have been super kind and super accommodating. Truly appreciate that. All right, that was a wonderful long presentation. But again, if you have questions, let me know. I'm still here. I believe the session is going on for the next 15 minutes. So we'll stick around. I'll try to see if I can pull up some more location videos to share with you all, because I truly want all of you to have the experience about SCAD Atlanta, SCAD Savannah, SCAD Lacoste, because they're beautiful locations in themselves. So let me share a video. We'll start with SCAD Atlanta. Let's begin.
Atlanta is one of the best cities. SCAD has so many different relationships with multiple companies. And so I was really able to immerse myself in the industry. SCAD Atlanta is really just a great location.
It's no surprise that Atlanta is now the Hollywood of the South. Now, that's exciting just to be a student here, and especially a film student. It's even more exciting because of SCAD's commitment to bringing that industry professional perspective into the classroom.
You always have to constantly evolve in the industry because it's very competitive. And that's why I decided to get my master at SCAD Atlanta.
If you're recruiting or hiring anyone for any position, you want to really understand, are you dedicated, are you passionate? When I look at the folks who are working at some of the premier companies in Atlanta in the creative space, they come from SCAD.
Are you all able to hear audio with the video? I hope I'm not just playing videos without any words in it.
When I went to Savannah for the first time, I felt like I was home. It's just such a beautiful place. There's constant inspiration because there's so much character everywhere. I felt like I could do whatever I want. All of the classrooms that we've seen, students have been so engaged and working. They've all been applying whatever skills they're learning and engaged with the professor in such a nice way. It's like a creative Disneyland.
When I was in Savannah, it was easy to see what a large opportunity I had with the creative collective that exists there. It's a really, really large network of people who are just doing and investing in something that they love.
The level of confidence that the SCAD students present is really exciting to watch.
This is such a beautiful city, and it's such an amazing school, and there's so many other opportunities to have while you're here, to be aware, to be involved, to get to know more people, to try different art forms. This is a place to teach yourself, to grow, and to really choose your own adventure.
And coming to one of my favorite campus location called SCAD Lacoste. It is a remarkable location in my eyes.
Studying Lacoste is so unique. The Provence region is known for the artists that have come here and painted this valley in this region. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
SCAD has created a beautiful world here that gives a whole different perspective, and one finds or fine-tunes their process being here.
Being exposed to a different culture and a different language is also a very good way of pushing your boundaries as a creative person.
It takes so long for the sun to go down, and it gets really dark. You can see all the stars, and you're living next to a chateau. That's not an experience that you get every day.
When you get them out of their environment into a new, wondrous environment, they open up a little bit more, and then they're going to take that and all those experiences home with them.
And last but not the least, we have our SCAD location video.
SCAD is a global experience. When you're accepted to SCAD, you're accepted to all our locations.
I've had students who have traveled across campuses, and I definitely see a difference in the way they look at the world. Students don't have to re-register, they can move from campus to campus. Where else are you going to get that?
Experience SCAD in the historic streets of Savannah, among the Fortune 100 companies in Atlanta, or online from anywhere in the world through SCAD Now.
The beauty of Savannah campus is the community. Because there's so many people here, it's like a chemical reaction. When you enter a SCAD building, it's very magical. The space is tailored to the discipline, like sound design or visual effects or business.
Atlanta offers multiple opportunities. SCAD has so many different relationships with multiple companies. And so I was really able to get out and intern and really be able to immerse myself in the industry.
You can also experience the beauty of Southern during a quarter abroad.
SCAD has created a beautiful world here. One finds or fine-tunes their process. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be able to spend some time meeting all these amazing students who are our future.
You can start your studies anywhere you choose, then seamlessly study at any other SCAD location, any quarter.
This is a place to teach yourself, to grow, and to really choose your own adventure.
Wherever your SCAD education takes you, you customize your path and your creative career.
So that's about it. The reason I wanted to share those videos is because there always will be confusion with campus locations and what, country or city would work best for you. But having been a SCAD student and now the associate director here, I can truly say that Savannah, Atlanta are booming cities of the United States. So if you are looking to pursue or build your career here, then Atlanta would be a great launching pad, as well as Savannah, because we are in the hub and we are around headquarters of all Fortune 500 companies. Initially, about 20 years ago, New York used to be the destination, or California used to be the best destination for students. But now I've seen a paradigm shift in students coming to Atlanta, companies coming to Atlanta, and companies coming to Savannah. So there's so much happening around here in the state of Georgia. And it is the best weather to be around in because it doesn't get too hot, it doesn't get too cold, and it's always bearable temperature. It's pleasant. We've got beaches around us. So it's a wonderful college town experience. And you're immersed in the city as well. So you have a lot of food and music festivals going around you. So it's a wonderful campus life and student life here in the United States. I believe we are about to close our entire fair. So thank you so much once again for being with me here throughout this session. It's about 3:30 a.m. now, but I'm sure spending your Saturday afternoon on a fair virtually is very tiring. So I really want to appreciate your time and presence here. Thank you.